You're listening to The Accidental Exile, stories of cities, strangers, and silence, and the people that we become when we leave too much behind. The kindness of strangers. I'm staring at a dirty mop and a dying houseplant. The corridor I'm standing in looks like hopelessness and smells like despair. I guess I'm in what appears to be the Hangzhou equivalent of Dagenham or Cleveland or somewhere like that. It's one of those places that clearly isn't what it used to be, even though I don't know what it used to be. But whatever it was definitely something better than this. The sweat is pouring off me and my mind feels like the houseplant that I've been staring at. Or perhaps it's the dirty mop. Either way, I'm not feeling my best. It's time for a quick check-in. Hey life, why did you bring me here, to this place, at this time? Did I do something wrong to end up here? Or did I do something spectacularly right? I'm obviously suffering or benefiting from a surplus of existentialism, and the only echo is, there is no meaning to this. The only meaning in life is that which you give it. So by chance, my thoughts then turn to the person I'm with. A sophisticated young Chinese lady who is currently in the unit behind me debating exhaustive details with a wholesaler in convoluted Mandarin. It seems to me that she isn't having a very good day. Despite her impassive, almost motionless facial expression and her culturally imposed resolve to remain perfect at all times, and her commitment to provide for my every need with grace and deference. But it's obvious that she's really not doing so well. So as our taxi crawls home through the rush hour traffic amidst the swarm of buzzing mopeds, I ask her, "Are you okay?" She's distracted and her mind is obviously jumping from one thing to another, but eventually, with great effort, she pulls herself away from her train of thought and manages to say, "I'm fine." Silence. I wait a moment, then quietly respond, "Yeah, but you're not really, are you?" And that's when she starts to cry. I already know what's wrong. She's overwhelmed, she can't cope, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's going to fail and she's going to let everybody down, which is precisely what she tells me next. She places her tiny hand briefly on mine as she talks, a gesture that speaks volumes in this culture that shies away from displays of emotion. For her, such a gesture is an extravagance in this highly nuanced and subtle society of manners and mannerisms. And in that moment, I know exactly what to say next, because I've got 20 years on her, and I've seen this all so many times before. It's simple enough advice, but it might provide her with the cornerstone on which to build a house inside herself, and eventually lead her to know who she really is. I know because I've been there myself, and I'm still there, of course. And it works out, and soon she feels better because she's looking at things differently, and suddenly, tomorrow doesn't seem so daunting anymore. And that is the meaning I give this. And that, perhaps, is why I'm here. To be embedded in another culture for any period of time is to be constantly aware of who we are. The familiar sends us to sleep. If the only feedback we receive from our cultural environment is confirming that we are what we are, then we will quickly lose awareness of ourselves. Foreign culture will always be telling us what we aren't, reminding us of what we are, and inviting us to take a look at what we think we are. If we allow it, China will challenge everything we think about ourselves and who we are. I am constantly reminded of what I am, and it is not this. And if we are courageous enough to allow it, we will find ourselves asking questions about ourselves, our identity, and even the entirety of our society. The Accidental Exile is written and read by me, Finlay Cowan. If this story spoke to you, subscribe, find more on YouTube and Patreon. Let's keep the conversation unfinished.